Hi everybody. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the social media. And I have a very strong opinions about the social media. I have my side, Chris has his side. So, let's talk about the impact that the social media had in our lives. So, we grew up without social media. So, we remember our life prior to social media and our life post social media. And I can tell you, I feel bad for our kids because they will never have the life prior to social media because that was better life. That was healthier life. I'm talking about like mental health. Um, I will tell you how I'm affected by the social media, and then we'll tell you why we quit certain social medias. So when we started having the Facebook and the Instagram. At first it was Facebook actually. It was all fluff, rainbows, unicorns. You're meeting friends online, right? You're getting friends, and it was competing with people who was gonna have more friends, which was absolutely ridiculous. Because I can guarantee you, 99% of the people that you have on Facebook really don't care about you. I mean, if they care about you, they're gonna be in your phone. You're gonna be texting often, but like once a year, somebody wishing you happy birthday. I don't think those are your friends, are they?
They can be, but I mean, it really depends.
They're not communicating with you whatsoever, and once a year
Yes,
they wish you happy birthday.
well,
Yeah, that's a good
but
friend.
I mean, at some point, probably again, if they're part of your uh, Facebook friends,
What
then
would
you
you
have
call
contact.
somebody that is not your friend, but is less of a friend? I know the Bulgarian word. I don't know it in English.
Uh,
Anyway, so so this is with the Facebook, and now Instagram came, and I've done a lot of like a fashion before, fashion blog. I was working with brands and this and that, and I thought, oh, it's so exciting and this and that, but actually started getting so toxic, especially when I became a mom. The comparison to other moms, like having it all figured it out all together, being the houses are beautiful, clean houses, their makeup is done to the nines, they're wearing their fancy clothes and this and that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What is the manual for being a parent and fixing everything in the house to be fixed and clean and being the best wife you can be, and all those things? And then you realize it's like all fake, because then I started having like a lot of those online people that I met through the fashion. They're very close friends of mine, and behind the scenes we talk about remove this, and behind the scenes we talk about life, and everybody's struggling the same way like me. But I decided to quit the fashion industry in a way, like industry, the way I was doing that, because I felt like it was so unhealthy for me, because I cannot pretend that everything is fine with me. When you remember the days where we were rushing to work and I had to put makeup on and you had to take videos and pictures of me, and the anxiety, and this was not healthy. And I do remember Chris was constantly asking me, why are you doing it? Why are you putting yourself in that situation? And honestly, I don't know. I was in the rat race like everybody else. And the comparison is absolutely terrible. So now currently how I'm trying to keep my kind of mental health in check is just following only things that are making me happy. And I feel sometimes I feel like bad if I unfollow somebody because I know this person and they might feel offended that I don't like them. But it's not like I don't like the person. It's more like what they are posting and how this affects me. um it for me it's not the jealousy, and for me it's like me, thinking of me less of a, right.
mhm.
I'm not jealous of people. I praise people for their success, because I know how hard it is to achieve something, and when somebody achieves it, that, like they figured it out, they work their tail off to achieve it, and I get inspired. I don't get jealous. What is your side of the story for the social media?
Well, again, we agreed that at some point, I mean, I think it was last year summer or even year and a half. I don't remember
Yeah,
exactly, but we just decided to stop it. And again, I
we're
don't
talking about
know.
Facebook. We quit Facebook.
Yes, I don't know if I think about it much or I thought about it before, but really, I think we started off like with a week at a time, 2 weeks, and then it just, I think naturally, you just get disconnected. So, which is the best thing because like
Yeah.
sometimes you're almost like I don't know, to the level you don't need to know everything. And then what I like right now, let's say on Instagram, we usually use it mostly for our business, but in general, if I the way it works with Instagram too right now is because I'm not on TikTok whatsoever. I never been actually on TikTok at all. So it's
TikTok is like you open it for a second and you've been there for an hour and a half.
so, but on Instagram is like what I like is that when I'm interested about something,
Mm-hmm.
then I get more video suggestions on the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's really whether it's about the business, about motivation, about relaxation, about
Mm-hmm.
how people see life, and again the joy of life, and all of those things. Then really again you can be there for hour and a half and 2 hours,
Absolutely.
but it's on topics that you're interested in.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
you're just. I look at our kids too every now and then, and it's like scrolling, 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 and I'm like, okay, so
What's the point?
what's the point
Yeah.
of you really? It's gonna make a lot more sense if I'm interested in computers. Then I see computer stuff. I like the whole idea also of like traveling hacks and how
Mm-hmm.
to book things with points and how to get points.
Yeah.
And I'm interested also about cooking. So if I look at something about how to cook the perfect steak or how to smoke the perfect pork chop, then it's like I gonna get like hundreds of suggestions of how to do
Absolutely.
it. And towards the end, I have a lot of information that can help me get to where I want to get with what I was interested in.
I mean, I would say that I think the social media has both sides, a very, very dark side and a very, very positive side, depending how can you funnel which way to go. Because with our kids, I'm watching it like, do you know that the attention span is so little for the kids? Do you know that like if they're watching a video, the video that they're watching has to have another video that somebody is doing something. So they have to watch like two things that are happening at the same time. And I'm like, what are you doing? Does it? Oh, no, those are cool. I gotta watch this and this. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, but if you have young kids, like when I say young, I mean like 11, 10, 10 and up, you can pay attention to the videos they watch, and sometimes a video itself has a screen within that does something else. And that's like insane to me. And I'm like, when I'm talking to my kids, do I need to juggle at the same time when I'm talking to them so they kind of pay attention more? But it is very kind of crazy, and the trends that the kids are trying, that's the other scary part. Like, I remember they had some challenge a year ago or something with a spoonful with cinnamon, putting in your mouth, and the kids were like choking on it because yeah. So the social media can have both sides, and I feel like I don't know how easy it is to control that for the kids. Honestly, like we're still trying to figure out. We just keep telling our kids they need to know who they are. If they have a concern or something, to come up to us and ask us. And honestly, sometimes maybe it works, sometimes maybe it's not gonna work, but I feel like it's
Every
a
now and then, I mean, we gotta check with them because I've also saw this before that if somebody gives their kids a phone, they give it with a contract where of what you can do and what you cannot do. And
I
the
feel we missed that part.
but everybody like every kids being a kid
Yeah.
where you think they're gonna do things right and they don't.
The things that sometimes we do tend to judge the kids and be upset with them, but at the same time we went through certain mistakes we've done ourselves, and we didn't want to listen to our parents, and we're expecting our kids to skip that 10 years of.
Yeah.
They're not gonna skip it. They're gonna do it. Like stuff that
But
sometimes they're like,
knowing that it's a possibility to happen, we just need to keep that in check every now and then to make sure that things are
yeah,
going the right way before it's too late.
yeah.
Because it's scary with things that can happen through social
So
media.
hopefully we're gonna figure out how to keep our mental health in check with the social media, because as I said, like social media is also, I feel in a way, the podcast. It is a type of social media. Then we post videos on our YouTube channel. So I do get inspired a lot. I do love listening to all those videos about empowering you and how to be healthy and stuff like that. So I feel it has both sides. You just have to make sure that you're choosing the right one, not falling into the consistent, like being reminded you're not good enough and so forth and all those kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be it for today. We're gonna wrap it up. And if you have any questions, suggestions, videos you want to see from us, let us know. We have a lot of videos prepared for you guys, a lot of interesting topics. And I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in our next podcast or YouTube video.
Yep.
Right?
Have a
Bye.
good day.